In this peaceful village there lived a farmer with two sons. The elder son was diligent and responsible, always helping his father with the farm. The younger son, however, was restless and dreamed of adventure beyond the village confines. One morning, as the sun cast its first light, the younger son approached his father with a bold request.
"Father, give me my share of the inheritance,"
he said, his eyes gleaming with the promise of freedom. The father, though saddened by his son's impatience, agreed and divided his wealth between them. With his newfound wealth, the younger son left the village, his heart full of excitement and dreams of grandeur. He traveled far and wide, spending his money lavishly on feasts and revelry. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months, until one day he found himself in a distant land with nothing left but the clothes on his back. The once lively markets now seemed daunting, and the joyous laughter he had once known was replaced by silence and solitude. Desperate and alone, the younger son found work feeding pigs on a farm. He was so hungry that he longed to fill his stomach with the food he fed the pigs. As he sat in the dirt, he realized how far he had fallen from his father's house, where even the servants lived better than he did now.
"I will go back to my father,"
he decided, his voice filled with a newfound resolve.
"I will tell him I have sinned against heaven and him, and am no longer worthy to be called his son."
As he approached his home, the younger son's heart pounded with both fear and hope. But before he could reach the door, his father saw him from afar and ran to embrace him. Tears filled the father's eyes as he wrapped his son in a warm, forgiving hug.
"Father, I have sinned against heaven and you,"
the younger son began. But his father interrupted.
"Welcome home, my son,"
he said with joy.
"Let us celebrate your return."
The father called for a grand feast to celebrate the return of his lost son. The elder brother, returning from the fields, heard the music and asked the servant what was happening. When he learned of his brother's return, he was filled with anger and refused to join the celebration. The father, noticing his absence, went to speak with him.
"My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours,"
he explained.
"But we must rejoice, because your brother was lost and is found."
The elder son listened to his father's words and understood the depth of his love and forgiveness. The younger son, grateful for a second chance, vowed to live wisely and honor his family. The story of the prodigal son teaches us the power of forgiveness and the joy of redemption, reminding us that no matter how far we stray, we can always return home to love and acceptance.